Hello everybody, hope everyone's doing good out there. Hope you're all having a great day. Folks, when you're traveling overseas and like to the Philippines for instance, there's certain things you're gonna have to encounter, and some of it just don't make good sense. I mean, you'll just wonder why is it these ways, why do they do these things? And one of those things is about money. So you're going to take money over there with you, and you're going to get money exchanged. And the best thing to get exchanged is using $100 bills, US $100 bills. They will exchange 50s, they will exchange 20s, and so on. But for those denominations, they're going to give you a lower exchange rate, and they're going to be very critical about doing it too. And one of the other things that's kind of funny on this though that I want to show you here is about your money that you do bring. Now, I suggest not be carrying around a whole bunch of cash with you. I mean, I really suggest not to do that. It's dangerous, and if you do it, you need to be extremely safe. Watch out around you. Maybe get your money exchanged right there in the airport when you land, where there's security guards and there's people there to protect you. Not out on the street at one of these money changers just because you want to try to get a fraction of a peso more or maybe a peso more, and you want to go out there on the street and play that gamble. It might be a dangerous gamble. So I really suggest, if you're going to bring cash money with you and you're going to exchange it in the airport. I always get really good rates in there anyway. So one more little thing I want to tell you too is, don't bring big mass sums of money. Now, if you don't know, the law is you cannot bring over 10,000 US dollars total. That includes change. That can include other currencies that you might be holding. I'm looking out because, man, the wind is kicking it outside, boy. Earlier, it was blowing in from the south, and now it has turned around and coming from the north. And man, is it ever getting it. It is just blowing up stuff everywhere. So back to the topic though. So bringing large amounts of money. All right. Well, you're not supposed to bring 10,000, as I just said, total. And I mean that if they wanted to get really scrutinizing over it, they could have you to count up everything total you got. And foreign currencies, so say maybe you had a little bit of Philippine peso left over from a previous trip and you got it wadded up down over in your bag somewhere, and you're like, man, I'm gonna bring the whole $10,000 with me, which I suggest do not do. Be smarter than that. But if you must, if you may, and you brought a whole 10,000 cash with you, man, and then they check you out and you declared, yeah, I got that, and they check you out and you got 10,000 plus maybe another 200 or 300 in pesos somewhere, and man, you have some 20s and some 5s and 10s stuffed off in your wallet that you forgot about and all that. You just put yourself over the mark, and that money can now be confiscated. So nobody really ever talks about that on these videos, maybe because everybody's broke and they don't have the money to bring. And I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying, if you must do that, you need to be careful and you need to think about that. Maybe you're going to bring a lump of money, you're planning on buying a car or making a down payment on land, or you and the Asawa trying to get a house or something like that. You're like, man, I'm going to bring this cash over with me. You need to be wise. Now, you and her both, if you're traveling together, can carry that amount each. So it's not some for both of you together. So maybe you might want to bring 9 grand and she bring 9 grand or something like that. But I'm telling you, have a talk with her. Say, you got a stash? If you got a stash of money, we need to know, because you need to know the total. They may never check you, but what if? And all your money is gone. Bye-bye. Yes, bye-bye. So follow the rules and stay safe. I cannot express that enough. Stay safe. It's not safe to be carrying a large amount of money. I keep money in a bank in the Philippines, and I keep it in a safe spot like that where I'm not out getting robbed on the street. And then of course, money back home that I can access and have wired over and all if I need to. That way I'm not bringing large sums and risk my life and be in danger like that. But I do bring a little bit with me sometimes, and like most people do. So if you haven't been over there and it's all new to you and you're seeing this video and you're new to the game, well, let me show you a couple quick tips that might help you out. So no, now don't get excited. Don't plan on robbing me. This money's going to the bank right now. I'm taking this money up to deposit in my bank. Before I take it, I want to show you a few things. So you see this is a new $100 bill, and you see its dog ear bent on the corner right there. Believe it or not, a lot of the places when you go to get this exchanged, they may reject it or try to give you a reduced amount for that dog ear. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. And you can fold it out, and then they may say it's got a crease. Yeah, oh, it's got a crease. Or it's, don't fold your money. If you put a crease down the middle right here when folding it in half, you know, you're folding money. Well, don't fold it, because they will also reject it or try to give you a lesser amount on exchange rate, because they're risking turning it into the bank because it has damage, and the banks are really picky. So then here's another one here. Let's move on. You see this dirt up here on the corner right there? That's a no-go. It's a no-go. Oh, there's some more right there. Somebody's being nasty with this money. Well, there you are right there. Once again, they're going to reject this bill. A lot of places you'll walk into, money changers around, they'll say, "Inde, we're long, can't do it." So here again, another little dog ear. This one's all stained up down here on the corner, you see. You kind of get the picture, right? You know, these are flawed bills. Let me see if there's something wrong with this one somewhere. Yep, they'll catch it too. That's stained right there. You can see, look at another one right next to it. See there? It's stained. And they will look for every bit of that, just as I am right now. Here's another thing. See that writing on there? And sometimes even these banks or places deposit money, they'll put little old marks or something on there on the top bill after they count it up or something. And they just damage that money, because now a lot of places overseas will not accept that bill any longer because it has writing on it. Just that writing. So these are the things I'm telling you. And you got, I hadn't flipped over, but you got to check front and back, not just face, but the back as well. I already see damages on these faces though, so the back don't even matter. Here's another one. See writing right there on it. And look at that over right there. And let's see here. Another one, same thing. Writing on it. Yeah, that's a no-go. And even this tear right here, you see that little tear? That right there, this is now a rejected bill in their eyes, unless you get really lucky. And the next thing is this old money, the old series right here. They will not take the old series, pretty much no place will anymore, only the new series. And say if they did, you see that crease down it where it's been folded up many times through the years? They will not take it for that right there. So there you have it. Go put this money in the bank right here. Now, I'll tell you something else. The funny irony in all of it, of them scrutinizing that money so diehard, is that they're going to give you back most of the time the most ragged, worn out money you've ever seen in your life. I mean, this money's used in the markets every day. Of course, people hot and sweating in the Philippines, and you know, they're wadding that up at chicken fights, throwing it in, placing bets, and man, they're holding it between their fingers at the ferries and at the jeepneys and all of that. And man, they got that money folded and creased and wadded, and it is used and abused to the max. And you're gonna have to accept that money, but you better hand them perfect money. So that is the irony and all of that story. But as I'm going to say again, be safe, be safe. Don't be carrying around a bunch of cash on you. If you're going to be traveling over there, have a good method set up to wire money back to yourself. Like for instance, I use Remitly, Zoom. I've used for years Zoom, and then I changed to Remitly. There's some others out there, World Remit, and all different kinds of ones. Now, I'm not no fan of Western Union. Their rates are ridiculous. MoneyGram, their rates are ridiculous. Remitly is owned by a group of Filipinos. I believe they're out of Washington State. I've actually, back in the beginning of them, I had some first-hand experience with them, and kind of helped them out a little bit. And it's kind of like doing a little, what would that be? Kind of like a little shopper thing for them. When they were developing their system, I would report to them, consulting, that's what I'm trying to say. I did a little consulting for them. Their system, like little flaws and problems having, all that. Using it, I would talk to them, report and all that. And in return, they gave me credits for money of someone that I was sending money to, for payment in back of kind of like consulting them and helping them as a foreigner set that up. And that's been many years ago. And they were just great people, very, very great people. Zoom, I used for years. I got pretty aggravated with them. They're still popular out there, but I pulled the plug on them. They were always stopping my transaction, having to do security checks, blah, 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 blah. I got tired of it completely. I use World Remit now as my backup. So don't just depend on one, have a backup. You can send to yourself. Zoom used to stop it for sending you to yourself, but I think they quit that now. But you know, have it already set up of someone you trust there that you can send money to. If you can't go pick it up yourself, maybe you got hurt or something, and also have it where you can send to yourself. Don't get caught on the streets over there or in a hospital or something with no source of money, because I'm going to tell you, cash talks and the rest walks, and you will not get treated in most cases. So please, always think about that. Always think about that. Now, me, I'm all got my little head all buzzed up here and shaved up, and got my little collar shirt on, and I'm about to go up here and get passport photos like done, little 2x2s for my visa for returning back to the Philippines. Not a tourist visa, a visa because I can enter the country due to my wife and my son in the Philippines. So go get those pictures done, get them on that little application, and get that thing sent off down there to them, along with the other required documents like copy of our marriage license, of course my passport, and other supporting documents, you know, bank statement. They want to make sure you got enough money so you don't become like a public charge there, and you know, you get stuck in the country. It happens. Foreigners get stuck there all the time. I've seen it. I've bought some food, and it happens. I've warned friends that's going there, you know, be smart. Don't let some cute little old gal drain your pockets. Be smart, be smart, be smart. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. I got a boogie, and I hope this video may help some of you. I am gonna put a video out of the process and going through on getting this visa and us getting back in. I'll talk to you guys later. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, wonderful night. Take care always.